All right, good afternoon, cyber traders. Welcome on back for our Friday afternoon meeting to wrap things up here for this week. Great to see all of our students and members alike here joining us right now. We had Norman just before, we had Brian just before, Ravina and Grant, Leda and Kathleen now joining us here. Perfect. Great to see all of us. John, where you been, John? John's been quiet all day. It's been a phenomenal, at least, afternoon on this boil. Fausto called this out as a swing trade. I think even just from Tuesday this week, I gave the reminder yesterday during the afternoon meeting. We even put it on the watch list with the saying, hey, it's a swing trade. So little did I know, even. I mean, I was ignorant to the news. I didn't check beforehand. Boyle ended up doing a huge reverse split, right? UVXY, Boyle, these ETFs that we sometimes tend to call out. We had no idea going into the day today, at least myself and Fausto. So, obviously once we see the stock at or the ETF at like 65 bucks per share, right away. It's like, okay, well, obviously something happened there, likely a split, and that's what happened. So, hey, typically when a company, like a publicly traded company, this being an ETF, but when a publicly traded company does a reverse split, it's because they're trying to remain above NASDAQ listing requirements. And at first, at least on the very immediate or short term, it does lead to a little pump, a little pop up at first. But historically, we would see, and this is just in relation to a stock, but for a publicly traded company, a stock, it would then eventually pull back, right? It's more of a pop and drop type of move. So we'll see if this has any legs, at least going into mid or late next week. Perhaps it'll continue into Monday next week. We'll see what happens. But definitely, Boyle, we're going to put back on our watch list just more as a swing trade at this point. Definitely now more as a swing trade than ever because just the price. I'm not trying to day trade a $72 ticker either way. So for right now, we'll put this on our watch list more as a swing. And with that in mind, folks, we got the Phase 2 stock course coming up later on this afternoon, just at 3:05 Eastern Time, continuing. So we're going to be talking all about historical charting in that class, not like the market charting. That's actually going to be on Monday. But historical charting is in going back on the daily, weekly, monthly chart for a ticker that we are trading. So here, this could be Boyle. We'll look to cover this likely in the Phase 2 curriculum. But let's go from top to bottom here. Otherwise, see if there's any like day trades that we could put on our watch list for right now. PIK, this has been too flat. Too flat. Maybe if it ends up making some crazy pop during the meeting, but we'll pass. I don't think it's as flat as this. CMFS. This has to be a buyout. So we're going to pass on that one. Flat. Down, but still flat. Bunch of cheapies here, pretty much, that we normally wouldn't really focus on as much here. Now, Smith & Wesson, SWBI. Fausto also called this one out during the audio commentary. This was a great day trade. Hey, phenomenal day trade, more of a level 1 or 2 stock in terms of volatility. So really any one of us could have gotten their hands on this trade. And for right now, hey, it's at the highs, just pushing on up here. So right away, we'll put this on our list. Looks good. And you know what? Y'all even save it for class for the Phase 2 stock course. We'll dig into the historical charting, if not right after this meeting, but then otherwise in class coming up in Phase 2. Little teaser for all of us on social media, at least. Perhaps after this meeting for any of our members here, we'll talk about the historicals once we wrap up. Man, we're in cheapy land here. Look at this. Look at the gainers list here. Go from top to bottom on like the column here last. $1.18, $2.17. Now it gets like below $1. 56, 26, 25 cents, 23 cents, 69 cents, 26 cents. Like, what the hell is happening here? So let's see if there's anything that's like really worth our time. Something that could be a good day trade here into the close. AAOI, the stock's been all over the map. Ended up running up pretty nicely from beginning to end of last week and then had pulled back, but pretty good bounce right now. Just not really trading a whole lot of volume per minute here. So that's kind of the point that I'm going to kind of move on from this trade with. Now, Mara, M-A-R-A, you could see I ended up charting this one at least going into the day. We spoke about this in the first class this morning, and it was a phenomenal move. Ended up bouncing up pretty nicely off of this was, I think, Tuesday's closing price, if not Wednesday's closing price, that being right off of 1172 Tuesday, right there. And that was a big level I was looking for going into the following day, the day after that even. And, we were in class that day where I ended up just bouncing briefly, but still wasn't ready for the real move I was looking for. And here we are today, ended up pushing up above that price pretty quickly. And during prime time trading, we were following Bitcoin too, mind you. So with that, led to a pretty good push. Actually, really quickly, if I got you here, I got this up right now. We posted this exclusively inside our live trading room, but not so exclusive now since it's on our stream. But little fib channel here, I ended up just kind of drawing. This is actually from a YouTube video I ended up posting right on our YouTube channel there. Just go right to youtube.com/cyber trading you. I know a lot of us already have seen this already, but this ended up pushing up pretty nicely towards this big fib channel level and broke above it, maybe back in late March, early April. And hey, the more times it retests it, eventually we should see a much larger squeeze over time. Well, what that means is, if that's the case, should that be true, you're gonna get some great movement on Mara. You're gonna get some great movement on Riot, Coin, BTBT, another smaller one. Hive, this one actually at the high of the day right now. We're gonna put this actually on our watch list. Looks good. So, anytime you happen to see like any strong movement within crypto, that's really what you want to look around for. Obviously, focus more on like macro kind of long-term levels, but we're getting pretty close to a pretty strong level here. If we get a stronger pop over the next 1 or 2 months, it would be pretty interesting for these trades. All right, so what else we got here so far? We got SWBI, we got Hive, two good day trades. We got the Boyle, Fausto Swing. You know what? Mara actually, while I'm at it, if I put Hive on there, Mara is obviously trending down off these highs recently, but hasn't really broken lower just yet. So maybe I'll come back to that just by the end of it all. Mara, big lots I spoke about just in the chat board before this meeting started. So BIG making a pretty good move, nice level 1 stock, trending up pretty nicely. So this I definitely have on our list. All right, so that just about does it across the gainers list here, folks. If there's anything else looking good, markets are starting to slip off altogether here. So, let me know if there's anything that looks good going up that I may have missed. Hop over to the loser side here right now. Come on. There we go. Wow, what a drop off on space overnight. This is more from the after hours yesterday, if I can go back. There we go. Just slipped into the close and then some after. Broke a little bit lower into the morning here, so no surprise on that. And pulling back once again right now. I mean, it's tradable. Don't get me wrong, it's really tradable. It's a Friday, though. It's a summer Friday. I don't really have a great need to put this on our watch list unless if the markets altogether just completely crash. All right, I sold myself. There we go. You always got to think about all opportunities here. So if the markets continue to slip off, that's actually a pretty damn good idea, but I don't want to do that for every trade here at this point. So looks good. It's one that we're familiar with. KC's at the lows here, so I do appreciate that. Like literally just right off the low of the day right now, 537. INOD, not really trading a whole lot of volume there. I'll pass on that. AI took a beating today. If you could buy puts on this, this could be a good options trade should this break lower, like a day trade. Check out maybe like PLTR, another AI just going into the afternoon. Nah. All right, folks, what do you got for me? If there's anything else looking good, up, down, left, right, more than 5%, just type it in the chat board here. Just let me know pretty quickly. Got a lot of us on YouTube today. How about that for a Friday afternoon? Appreciate you, folks. Hey, if you have any questions, just feel free to shoot me over a quick email. I typically check emails on Sundays going into the weekend. So Josh at c2trading.com. Just if any questions or trades you wanted to go over with us here. But if you're interested in joining us for next week inside our live trading room to join John and Jeff and Kathleen and Leda and Norman here who requests about or who asks about the FRGE. Well, there we go. There we go. We were going from top to bottom. This was going from bottom to top. So really strong push right now, breaking above the high that we had back from Tuesday, I think it was this week. Yeah, nice push. Good call, Norman. Nice. We'll do more historical levels in class coming up. But right now, it seems like this is breaking above highs that we had back from all of this year and going into late last year. So really next historical seems to be past dip point back around 314, 320-ish. That's a ways away, so you don't want to hold your breath waiting for that exact move, but really good call, though, for right now. Forge Global Holdings. Don't know what the company does, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Check Benzinga Pro here before we wrap up. I'll drag it up on the screen here, see if there's anything looking good. There's the FRGE. AHI, ONCY, nothing really looking too good altogether here. There's the AI trade down big, maybe Upstart down over 8%. We could look at it as a potential short. Yeah, it's a lot of selling right there that kicked in. So we'll see if it ends up getting rebroken through over time. This was just after 1:50 Eastern time here. Let's see what we could do. 1:50 Eastern time. Let's actually fish through the tape here. I think we got a little time for that. Let's go 49, 20. Hopefully I don't kill too much time here before class trying to do this, but I think it's pretty educational. So I want to see if we can try and fish through to see where the big money got filled just a moment ago. So that was at what time? 1:50. There could be more before this, but predominantly this volume is all filled at 29 bucks. So this came screaming all the way down. I mean, you would assume 29 to be a key level anyway, but I mean, quite literally, most, if not all, of these prints are filled at 29. You got a couple of these for 36K, 31K, and it's filled at the offer too. So I'd be interested in seeing if that ends up getting rebroken through going into the afternoon for a new short opportunity. I mean, there could be a new level ahead here, right around 29.50, or even here at this point if we continue to see more. But Upstart, yeah, I like it. There we go. There we go. Michael saying missed the start. Did you call out big? We did already, Mike, but looking good. Looking good. There we go. Good to have Mike back with us here this week. I know you had some computer issues, I believe he had said earlier. So great to have Mike back. Does 1360, is that a big level for SWBI? Asks Jith. Kind of looks like a strong top for the time being. Last hour or so, it's been holding that pretty nicely. So, you know, the longer it kind of pins itself at that exact price, I would say that's a pretty good level. I don't have my book map open for this trade. No problem at all. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up. Hey, we got a little bit time left just before class, so we're going to repost the link for class. Just make sure that you folks click that just so you're all squared away with the audio, technical, video, all that good stuff. I'm going to join in the next 5 or 10 minutes myself. We'll do a little extra bonus class, actually, a little bonus content before the official class begins. How about that? I'll get my screen share, and we'll just kind of shoot the you-know-what and have a little fun before class. All right, so how about that? Hey, folks, if you're not joining me in class, best of luck trading going into the close today. But hey, happy weekend. Enjoy the weekend coming up. First official weekend of summer, right? So hope everyone has the chance to just do something nice outside, be with family, do something that you enjoy. But with that, folks, hey, we'll catch back with everyone going into Monday morning.